Good day, bonjour, lions and lionesses. Welcome to a new year, Bonne année 2022. And we will say that we thank God all of us survived 2021 despite the pandemic that we had, COVID pandemic. So we thank God for that. That we also liked. I will also say that 2021 was a remarkable year for UBA Cameroon, and we had a lot of successes, all because of you and your hard and smart work. Just to touch a bit of what had happened in 2021 in terms of successes. One, we were able to grow our deposits exponentially. We grew deposit by over 35%. We actually grew in 1 year what it took 4 years to grow in the past 13 years of existence of UBA Cameroon. That's remarkable. A figure that took 4 years to grow, we were able to do it in 1 year, 2021. In terms of new customer recruitment, we were able to recruit well over 300,000 customers, which was almost half what we had in the past 13 years. We were able to do that in 1 year, 2021, in spite of the challenges of COVID. In terms of profit before tax, we traded so well, very, very well above 80% of the target, though the accounts are still being audited. But we believe that at the end of the audit, we still come out very well and tops, and retain our top position in terms of ranking when it comes to PBT in the banking industry in UBA Cameroon. But there are a lot of other things we also did to transform ourselves and set ourselves up a lot better to achieve more and meet our objectives. And the focus is actually on the customer. We were able to launch and celebrate the 5th anniversary of the Customer First philosophy. We know that all revenue, 100% of revenue comes from customers. That's why we have that focus on our customers. And if you want to make more money, if you want to grow your deposits, if you want to grow your assets, if you want to grow your customer numbers, if you want to grow your transaction count and volume numbers, they all come through the customer. And these are customers that have to come time and again, over and over again, repeat purchase to do business with you. And of course, if you don't treat them well, they will not come back and they will tell others, so to speak. So that's why we have that focus on the customer first philosophy. Customer is the beginning and the end of what we do here, and that's what we focus on. So we actually did launch through an elaborate ceremony, including the board of UBA Cameroon, the 5th anniversary of the Customer First philosophy, which is to restate our vow to focus and really serve the customers well. In addition, we also won the Bank of the Year award for 2021, all because of you. And the excellent service will be rendering, of course, there's a lot of room for improvement. There are other tweaks we also did to our business to make what we do a lot more robust. We try to enlarge and focus on our SME business, because SMEs, or small and medium scale enterprises, actually constitute the engine room of every economy globally. Actually, in terms of employment, they employ more than 60% of the population of most economies around the world. So if you don't get it right in that space, your growth in the future may actually be short-lived or constrained. What we try to do is to create a special team that focuses on that SME segment in the year 2021. In addition to that, we also set up a commercial banking team that their focus is just slightly above that SME segment to make sure we capture the middle of the market. Of course, not forgetting our bread and butter, which is consumer banking or retail banking, as we call it, and then corporate banking, so to speak. We are indeed champions, so to speak. Of course, under the SME scheme, we're also focusing on what we call UBA Marketplace. What is the marketplace like we did? It's like, how do I, as a small business, get my product to reach the global community, global market space? If I put my store at Mbobi or at the central market, I can only reach those that come to my shop or come to the market to interact. But if I put my shop on the net, on the internet, on the web, actually somebody from anywhere in the world can see my product. So what UBA has done is to set up a marketplace that is actually internet-based, so people can actually get to see their products and make purchases through a payment gateway. as what they call e-commerce currently. So we are moving our customers not away from the physical store. They still have the physical store, but at the same time have a virtual store actually can reach a greater percentage of the market out there. So for me, there are many significant things we did in 2021. Where will you start? Where will you stop? I remember the University of Douala, where we did a loan of over 2 billion ZAF, the first of it all in Cameroon. In fact, the President of the Republic did congratulate UBA for that gesture and has given us, through the Minister for Higher Education, authority to make sure we recreate that loan across all universities. In fact, a letter was written by the Minister to every university in Cameroon to say, partner with UBA to create capacity for yourself. In fact, there are 3 new universities that have been approved for Cameroon. 3 universities. I think the President just signed that decree last week. Actually, we did hear that the President gave the order that those universities should be given to UBA to finance, just as a result of the transaction we did with the University of Douala. Again, of course, look at the urban renewal facility we did with the city of Douala through the mayor's office. Over 3.4 billion in loan to remodel Douala to be a smart city, so to speak. Infrastructure, drainage, water, and all that. So, and many other mayoralties, including Yaoda and Co, are also calling us to come and do the same thing with them. So I think that 2021 has been and was a remarkable success year for UBA Cameroon. But if you look at where we are going to, it's nowhere like where we are coming from. So despite all the successes we have achieved in 2021, the objectives for 2022 are huge and enormous and audacious and bold. It's almost like tripling what we did in 2021, and we can do it. We can do it. Of course, to be able to do that, we need to leverage assets that makes it easier to serve a large swath of people without wasting a lot of money, which is digital. We need to digitalize and digitize most of our processes and products, which is what we are going to do. But we also need to play on remittance, so to speak. Remittance is not just between MoneyGram and Africash and all that. We don't do Western Union currently, but I'm happy to announce that the contract with Western Union is going to be signed in 3 days' time. In fact, we had a training sometime today on that. So if we bring in Western Union, we'll have World Remit and Rare and MoneyGram. Of course, we'll be champions in that space. And we're going to completely transform the remittance space for UBA Cameroon. Then for our mobile app, not to talk of Leo, I'm going to get to Leo. We are not just talking about the mobile app that you do on the phone. We're also migrating mobile app to the web. So you can use the app actually on your laptop or your desktop computer, and not just on your phone, so to speak. And the experience there is actually wonderful. That also will be launched this year. So we're also doing a lot in the mobile money space. Apart from our partnership with Yumi, mobile money, we also have a proprietary mobile money franchise approved by COBAC at the beginning of 2020 called Me to You. So that will also enhance our play. While we are partnering with Yumi, partner with other people like Wave and D-Local and all that, we also have a proprietary mobile money product, which we are going to focus on a particular target market that will make us reach more the unreached, unbanked and underbanked segments of Cameroon's market. Another area we're also going to focus on in 2022 is agency banking. So underlying most of this mobile money and partnership transactions that we have is the concept of agency banking, which is use of agents to deliver basic banking services to people in areas that are unbanked and underbanked. So that would be in areas where we don't have typical bank branches. So we're also getting back to look at a concept of agency bank, which is slightly different from mobile money agency. And we believe that in the next 1 month maximum, we may get the nod of COBAC and BEAC to launch our agency banking. But in terms of deposit, our growth for 2020 will always be 1.5 times the growth for 2021. A lot of challenge. For profit before tax, what is expected of us is double what we achieved in 2021. But it wouldn't be possible without you. We know we have great people in the bank, And these are people with a lot of ambition, a lot of smart people, young people, have the youngest average population in all the banks in UBA Cameroon. So I think working together, all the teams collaborating with each other, we will achieve what we set out to achieve. And at the end of 2022, we look back and hit our chest to say, we did it. And I tell you, the banks we are looking at in terms of balance sheet size are the number one bank. Our plan is to bring to half the difference between us and the number one bank in terms of balance sheet size. The number one bank is double our size today, but by the time we finish 2022, we want to put it by half, 50%, close that gap. So in another year, by close of business in 2023, we'll have closed that gap and become number one in terms of the size of deposits in the industry today. So I welcome all of us in 2022, and I use the opportunity to charge us to live up to expectations. We provide the resources. I will also try to manage performance in such a way that we set the right KPIs that are smart. We are going to track them, encourage people to perform, and of course manage consequences. Consequences will mean that those that do well, of course, be rewarded. Those that also don't do well will be rewarded accordingly. So we're going to focus on key smart KPIs and follow through with it. And that's the only way we believe we can succeed. But we believe we can do it, and with your support and with support of the board, both group board and local board in Cameroon, the sky is our limit. Thank you and welcome to 2022.